Hello, everyone. A very happy good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are joining in from. And welcome to Foxit and Prianto's joint webinar on discovering the power of Foxit eSign and PDF Editor. Before we begin, I think it's probably best to go for a really quick agenda. So we're just going to start with a quick introduction to Prianto in case you don't know who we are. And then we're going to get into the proper part of the webinar, all about Foxit. First off, doing an introduction and then going more deeply into the parts of Foxit that maybe you don't know quite as much about, mainly the AI and eSign, and then the real benefits near the end, the pricing, the partner benefits, and then the DR incentive. And don't worry, there'll be plenty of time at the end for a Q&A session. If you have any questions during the webinar, there is a QA feature that you can use. We'll answer any of them at the end, but there's a good chance during the webinar that question will be answered for you. Before we jump into more about Prianto, it's probably best that I introduce myself properly. My name's Charlie Warner. I am Prianto's Foxit sales specialist, Foxit product specialist. My email is there. I know we've got a question and answer feature, and we'll do question and answers at the end. If a couple of days later or a week later you go, actually, I do have a question on this, I'm probably your best port of call with this. And that is for the entire Prianto group, not just the UK, which is a good segue onto who Prianto are. Prianto fall under all our vendors fall under four core pillars. It's basically these four pillars are what Prianto UK is really built upon. These are what we are most knowledgeable on, and all our vendors fit into at least one or more of these core pillars. Number one is the modern workspace. Foxit, the thing I love most about Foxit is it fits broadly into all four. It fits into the modern workspace very clearly. Its innovative PDF and eSign platform allows our businesses to work efficiently and ensure we are future-proof. It works just as well in the hybrid cloud and data center because Foxit's cloud functionality provides not only security, but also flexibility, which is a core requirement of any business nowadays. Thirdly, cybersecurity. Foxit is a market leader for cybersecurity in both the PDF and e-signature sectors. Foxit's smart redact features also boost this element of security and also the confidence of its end users. And then finally and fourthly, AI and data analytics. Foxit was the first PDF platform to incorporate AI into its technology. This is now entrenched within the software and will be explored in far greater detail shortly. But just lastly, on the Prianto group in general, Prianto was founded in Germany in 2009, and it came to the UK in 2011. Sorry, we're headquartered in Munich, and as of 2024, we have over 170 employees globally. You can see on the right in the table when each office was established. There is one missing off the list. Just last month, we opened up an office in South Africa, and I think this really clearly shows Prianto's global ambition on an EMEA-centered approach. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Britt Quilter, who is the UK and Ireland's channel manager for Foxit, and Nicholas Derrico, who is the EMEA enterprise account manager, who will show you all the wonders that is Foxit and how we should be selling it. Over to you two.
Hello. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep, all good.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, everyone.
Okay, I think we're live now, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Sorry. No, I appreciate that introduction, Charlie. Thank you very much. I think everyone in this webinar is fairly familiar with PDF editors, and in particular with Foxit PDF Editor, but others like Adobe Acrobat. So I don't want to spend a ton of time on the editor itself. What I would like to talk about today is a bit of our AI functionality, and we've prepared a short video that demos the functionality. And if we can go into the video. So this is the Foxit PDF Editor, and we have what we call our AI assistant. And what it allows you to do is it's based on ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo, which is something that if you've used the web experience, you've probably interacted with. And you may say, hey, Nick, everyone has AI. And I'll say, yeah, probably. And if you've used ChatGPT, you see that in one way, it feels like the chat is sort of making the answers up as it goes. Which is at a high level, it's true. That's what it does, right? It tries to guess the next word in the sentence. The way our implementation of AI works is in a much more contextual fashion. That means essentially that I can feed a contract or a document or a textbook into the module, and it will essentially digest that information and provide me with answers purely based on the content that is in the document itself. Another thing that it can do is it can translate parts of the agreement. So in international commerce, whenever I get a book or a document that needs to be translated into another language, it can translate a section of the document, or it can translate the whole document, as you will see here. If you've been in the PDF editing space, you know how difficult the issue of translation has been. Adobe stopped supporting it for a long time. We stopped supporting it for a long time because it's really complicated to translate a whole PDF properly without destroying the formatting of the document. This is something that AI has fixed for us, and that we've been able to integrate into the PDF editor, which is fantastic. The implications and the applications of something like this are countless. I use it for my own learning. I use it for my own sort of digestion of documents. And you can think about this in a not only legal environment, but also a classroom environment where you can very quickly find answers for questions that you may have, and find sources for questions that you may have from whatever document, regardless of length, right? So that is our AI module. Happy to take your questions on that later in the Q&A session. Now, my area of expertise at Foxit is our e-signature platform, Foxit eSign, which some of you may be familiar with already. And think about Foxit eSign as the best possible alternative to something like DocuSign, something like Adobe Sign. It is a fully fledged, all features e-signature platform that allows you to go from contract to contract signed in little to no time. It features a very user-friendly user interface that is available in 16 or 17 languages at this point. It has all the security features that you're used to in the Foxit PDF Editor, plus a few more. Obviously, we're SOC 2 Type 2 compliant. We're GDPR compliant. We are eSign Act and UETA compliant. We feature standard, advanced, and qualified electronic signing within the platform. And from a management perspective, it benefits from the admin console, which is something that a lot of folks that are already using PDF Editor use. eSign becomes an add-on on that. Plus, there is the integration between PDF Editor and eSign, which makes it so if someone is planning on replacing their Adobe Acrobat with something like Foxit PDF Editor, then it is a no-brainer that they will also replace their DocuSign or their Adobe Sign with something like Foxit eSign. Pricing-wise, it is really simple and straightforward. We license on a per-user basis, and licenses start at about £300 per user per year. That features unlimited envelopes. A lot of you that are familiar with DocuSign or Adobe Sign, you'll say, hey, Nick, most of my clients are on per envelope licensing models. An envelope, for those that are not familiar, is a document or a collection of documents that I send for signing to one or several people, right? That is the unit of measurement that is most popular in in the industry. And we used to do that, right? So we used to do per envelope licensing. And what we found is that for 80 or so percent of our customer base, a per user pricing that includes unlimited envelopes would be more beneficial. So what we're finding now is that, and by the way, this is something that DocuSign used to offer. DocuSign back in the day used to offer per user licensing models with unlimited signing. And they removed that, and that was really unpopular. So that's something that we've brought back to the market. And the benefit is that as you grow, as you go from 1,000 envelopes to 2,000 envelopes to 10,000 envelopes, you're not necessarily paying more. Plus, it piggybacks off the way that the PDF editor is currently being licensed, which is per user, right? So we're getting great feedback from the market, particularly in the UK, where DocuSign is trying or forcing folks to upgrade from their legacy plans that included unlimited signing to new per envelope type enterprise plans, right? So at the same time we've done that, we've kept the Foxit ethos of flexible licensing, which means that in the other 20% of cases where per user is not desirable, we have the flexibility to come in at the right price point, or better yet, be able to license per envelope if that is what the customer would prefer, right? So that's part, if you worked with Foxit in the past, that flexibility when it comes to doing the right thing for the customer is one of the main reasons. I've been around Foxit since 2016. That is what the business was built on, and it continues up to this date, and particularly for something like Foxit eSign. We also have special pricing for nonprofits and education organizations. And obviously, if you bundle both, and we have options for that, if you bundle both the PDF editor and the eSign, that adds additional savings for the customer as well. So now I would like to pass it over to Mai to talk a little bit more about our partner benefits.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody, for attending the webinar today. By introduction, I'm May Quilter, and I'm the channel manager for the UK, Ireland, and the Nordics. I look after our distributors and partners for the channel team here. First of all, Foxit, we've got a channel first strategy. So historically, we used to be selling direct, but 2 years with some through channel as well. But 3 years ago, we decided to implement a channel first strategy by saying that 2 years ago, there was one team in the EMEA channel team, our EMEA channel director. We're now a team of 8. In terms of numbers, about 20% of our transactions went through the channel, where we're now looking at about 60%, and that's growing constantly. What we offer from Foxit to our partners is the end-to-end support. So with that, we mean everything from clarifications when you get new opportunity, onboarding new partners, etc. We help you in the whole cycle from clarifying your client's needs to offer a solution that fits to what they need. What we're really proud of is our 3 Ps. So we talk about product, people, and price. With the product, we've got a great product. We've been in the market for over 20 years. We invest heavily in continuing to develop our software. And with our people, we're very accessible, so we can be reached on email, Teams calls, telephone. Please reach out to us. As I said, I'm the dedicated channel manager for this region as well, so I'm here to support you and guide you in the right directions. Going back to price, both for the editor and eSign, we're very, very competitive compared to our partners, our competitors, which stand us in a really good position when it comes to onboarding new clients. We also offer NFR licenses to our partners. It's a great way for you to test and see how our product software work for yourself. If you want any NFR NFR licenses, please reach out to Charlie or myself, and we can arrange that for you. Another great thing is we offer free trials. So yes, people can go on our website and download a trial. But if you do have any clients or opportunities that are considering evaluating Foxit, please reach out to Charlie or myself, and we can set up a trial directly. By that means that they'll have direct contact, communication with our solutions team. So if there is anything that needs to be adjusted, or if they have any technical questions, they can be answered directly. So the free trials, we offer up to 10 users, or up to 30 days. But if it's not enough time for them to evaluate or have their questions answered, we can happily extend that further. As I mentioned earlier, you'll have access to our solutions team, our sales team, and after sales support as well. We also have a deal registration. And we got the next slide. Yeah, here we go. So at the moment, we are offering an incentive. As a general rule, we offer deal registration for protected margins. And at the moment, we are running this incentive. But first of all, for our deal registrations, so they are applicable for any opportunities that consist of over 50 licenses. It needs to be for the deal reg to be approved. It needs to be a new customer and a new opportunity to Foxit. We separate SMB and enterprise for up to 99 licenses. That falls under our SMB team. Anything over 100 licenses, that goes to our enterprise team. So for the deal reg to be approved, it needs to be over the 50 licenses, a new opportunity, a new customer to Foxit. But we also require just a short intro call to be completed to Foxit. It's just a way of make sure that the deal reg gets approved to the correct partner that has got that relationship with the customer. As you probably know, we have instances where we receive multiple deal registration for the same opportunity. So it's just a way of making sure the deal reg go to the correct partner. So the incentive that we have running at the moment, and that's going to run till the end of this year, is once you submit a deal registration and we clarify that it ticks all the boxes, once that's approved, there's a £50 Amazon voucher if it falls under the SMB team, which is just below the 100 licenses. If the opportunities is for more than 100 licenses, it's a 200 Amazon voucher that will be issued. Further to that, if the opportunity get closed and we win the opportunity, a further £100 Amazon voucher will be given for the SMB opportunity and 200 for the enterprise opportunity. Again, feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. But very much looking forward to work with you all and answer any questions you might have. The floor is open. So we've got a Q&A section at the end. How to become a partner. If you're interested in becoming a partner and reselling Foxit, please send Charlie or myself an email. We'll just have a short introduction call and just dive into more about Foxit products, how to sell it, and how the ordering process goes. Don't be shy. Is there any more questions?
Yeah, Maya, if you scroll down, there have been a couple more that have just been asked.
Sorry. Charlie, do you want to answer about the reward for the attending the webinar?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll jump in on that. So thank you everyone for the, attending. So the only fair way to do this is afterwards, once this call is concluded, Amber and I, who's the marketing manager, who's worked extraordinarily hard on this as well, will collate everyone's details who's attended and then attended for the vast majority of the webinar as well. And then we put them into a random generator. That way there is no bias, there is no unfairness, and we can show the winner. And then I will be in touch with the winner of the voucher for attending. I'll be in touch with them probably just after lunch. You do a great. We could all do with a break on the rest of the questions. I feel like and a couple of Nick probably going to be better at asking that. I will, so I'll pass that back over to you.
Let me take it over. So can you get a demo of eSign in the PDF editor? Absolutely. I think Charlie and Maya are the best people to reach out to. Reach out to them and they'll get it scheduled for you. Document translation in with AI, smiley face, yes. Translation is, probably the main reason I use the AI module, other than the contextual sort of question and answer giving. If I was still back in college, the sources that that the AI engine provides for the questions for the answers that it provides based on your questions, that is extremely useful. I mean, that saves you an incredible amount of time. And then what integrations do Foxit have with other software? So for editor, we have a few. Obviously, we have SSO and SAML for managing your licenses through the admin console. For editor, we have things like iManage and obviously Foxit eSign that come in really handy. Those are sort of the most popular ones. And for eSign integrates with most things that you would use to either initiate a signing process or to sort of use as a backup for your documents. So think about Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, SharePoint, and then from the other perspective, it integrates with the likes of Salesforce and a few more platforms. What we have with something like Foxit eSign that is obviously natively cloud is it also integrates with Zapier. And for those that are not familiar with Zapier, Zapier is sort of a middleman for integrations. So what you can use Zapier for is integrate from any of the 4,000 or 5,000 SaaS products that they support to any of the other 5,000, right? So that becomes really useful because programmatically you can start e-signature processes, you can integrate e-signature processes. That's what it gets used for most of the time. Plus, we have an API that allows you to integrate with essentially anything that has been built in the last 20 years.
Charlie, you answered about the gift card. Then he's asked, keeping the formatting as it is and on the go, is this possible? I assume you talk about the editor.
Yeah, I think she's talking about translation. So when it comes to her translation, the AI is doing two jobs. One is it's translating the content, and two, it's trying to keep the formatting together. When you mean on the go, I guess you're asking about mobile. I'm actually unsure whether the AI module is available on mobile. I think it is cloud and editor desktop only. But we can check on that and let you know.
Mac asked about what are the displacement rates of large Adobe estates. I'm not sure what you mean about displacement rates, but I would say 90% of our customers come from Adobe. So in terms of our product, it is a like for like when it comes to the PDF side. want to make clear we do not offer any of the creative side, the Photoshop, etc. But the PDF side, eSign, we are direct replacement. Been very successful. I know Adobe has had some large price increases, and we've seen great success rates displacing the Adobe estate. Again, if you have any opportunity, please reach out, and we're more than happy to work both on the commercials, but also trials and any technical questions that they have.
No, I agree. And we're, the good thing we have at Foxit is that when you look at, from an editor perspective, Adobe Acrobat, and from an eSign perspective, Adobe Sign and DocuSign, which are our main competitors, the main folks we displace, we're feature equivalent. So there is no loss in features, functionality, performance. I mean, in most cases, we outperform them from a purely resources and time perspective. So there's no loss there. So the conversation very quickly turns into, hey, why am I paying more for something like Adobe, something like DocuSign, when there's really nothing proprietary or particularly complicated about opening a PDF file and performing actions on it, or taking a document that I have on my desktop, uploading it to the cloud, and sending it to someone else for signing, right? So why am I paying more for less when I can move to a player like Foxit, right? And we understand there's a lot of inertia and things like that, but what we're seeing in the market is that more and more people, as budgets potentially get slashed, or people start to rethink the way they're spending their IT budget, they go, okay, hold off on that renewal. Can we get alternatives? And you know, I'm obviously biased, but I think we are the number one alternative in both of those markets.
Noah asked, how do you expect the AI model to progress in future? We're constantly developing. We've got a team of engineers globally, so we're constantly investing in the AI module. I don't know, Nick, have you got any further to?
Yeah. Well, so I mean, using 3.5 Turbo, we are very much limited by what's available in GPT, right? So OpenAI showed 4.0 for the first time a few days ago, and there's a lot of cool contextual stuff that is in 4.0 that isn't in 3.5. So they showed things like you're gonna be able to make quick drawings, and the AI is gonna be able to turn it into something like a CAD file. So you could imagine that. Imagine a voice component also be included in there. You could imagine a cross-reference system with sort of internal, sort of like, okay, so I'm able to, in the example there, I'm able to ask the engine to give me context on the document itself. But what if I have a central knowledge base for the company, and I could ask it things like, let's say I'm a new employee, hey, GPT, I need my NDA signed by this customer, and I have no idea who needs to sign this internally. Can you find me the right person to sign this? And where this technology is being taken, you could imagine that. I don't know if that's going to be next year or in 5 years, or if I'm simply dreaming here. But when you think about everything that you can do with Foxit technology, from not only a viewing perspective, but also a collaboration perspective, a getting workflows done perspective, that is where we will continue to take that module, obviously pending us having the backend technology provided by OpenAI.
Nick. Oh, that's a sharp stop at past. I've just put my email address in the chat there as well. So if you have any more questions for the Foxit team or Priyanka, feel free to reach out to any of us. Charlie, have you got any closing words?
Nothing too much. Just wanted to give a big thank you for everyone for attending, whether it be morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I know we've got a global audience on today. So really thank you for attending. If you have any further questions, I understand how these sometimes go. You don't have the question in the moment, and then a couple of hours, couple of days later, you suddenly go, oh, I should have asked that. If you have any of those questions, please do get in touch with either Mai or myself, in the same way that if you have any possible opportunities or you have any clarification questions you have that might become something, of course, get in touch. We're going to be more than eager to know about it. But unless anyone has anything else to say, I just wanted to give everyone, I'll say a massive thank you for everyone for attending. Or you know our contact details if you need to get in touch. But have a absolutely amazing day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending.
Everyone, take care.
Bye-bye.